Today on Full Boost, we're going to be breathing some much needed boost into this all-drive Ford Territory.
Yes, we are.
First of all, for people that don't know, Ford did sell a Territory in an all-drive non-turbo Barra, but most of the ones you see are factory turbo all-drive.
Yeah, they are.
The gears and that.
The gears, yeah, and the F6X.
Yep.
The FPV version.
So what year is this one?
This is a 07 model.
Okay.
It's actually an SR.
Yep.
So a lot of them are TS and TX. This one's an SR, so it's got leather interior from factory. It's got the 17-inch mag wheels, leather steering wheel. A few little options that Ford decided to play around with.
So it's a bit up-spec'd on the inside.
Yeah, there's a couple nice features in it. It's actually a really nice car to drive. I enjoy driving it.
Okay, so the number one question...
As funny as that sounds, but
the number one question is, why are you turbocharging this thing?
Well...
Why not?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Why not?
Bit of a sleeper.
Yeah, something to do, have a bit of fun. We're going to keep it looking stock externally.
Yep.
Like the way it is now is the way it's going to look when it's all done.
And the reason for the Territory, obviously, you've got a young family.
Yeah,
and this is, I guess, going to be the family bus.
Yeah, my wife's going to drive this daily.
Have you actually told her what you're doing to her car?
Well, what happened, I bought it because I like these cars. And I don't know why, I just really like driving them. They're very comfy. And I bought it and I said, look, take it for a drive. We'll go for a drive one night. Tell me what you think. And she said to me, I enjoy driving. It's really nice and comfy, but it's just really slow.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, all right, well, I've already bought the car, so what am I doing now? And then that's when I just decided, let's turbocharge it.
All right.
Have some fun.
Well, let's, now I see you've already got a few parts for the car. Let's get them on camera and let's check out what we're going to do. Tony, what is going on? When we first spoke about you turbocharging this thing, I thought you were just going to, I don't know, get a couple of XR6 bits on it, but it looks like you've got a bit excited.
Yeah, look, that was the plan, but then, yeah, the snowball effect kicked in and I do get excited. You know, you open up parts and performance stuff, so yeah,
and the beauty about the Fords is, you can buy pretty much everything for these now.
Yeah, pretty much whatever we need we can buy. Like, nothing's obsolete for it, nothing is, you know, custom. And so my idea was to support local businesses that we deal with on a weekly basis, and obviously people who support us as well. So we've got Plasma Man Cooler, Intake. The boys down at Speed Pro have supplied us with a set of valve springs, head studs, and a few other bits and pieces that we need for the motor. Ryan from Race Coatings has done a beautiful job.
I was just looking at this rocker cover.
Yeah, it's amazing. I have actually never seen
this finish is beautiful.
This texture, yeah, and the finish is so nice. Like, it just looks really good. Of course, we've got Liquid Moly on board. Yep. They're doing the oils throughout the whole car. We really swear by their product. We're not just chucking boost into it.
I noticed that. You've got quite a few parts. There's actually more stuff that's not even here.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of stuff.
But you're not just doing the engine department. You're going to make sure the car still drives well. Yeah,
so the boys down at Super Pro, we use their products all the time on pretty much any car we do in here. They're bushes and that, so they've supplied us with a whole heap of bushes. These are the rear toe arm bushes, so these are the outers. Inner toe arms just always move, and on the freeway you can actually feel the rear just sort of wanting to come out on you. So yeah, these are very important. Yeah, we've got a Ross balancer.
Very nice product.
The boys down at Herod have put us together a 525 Wildboro pump.
Let's open the bonnet and have a look at what we're dealing with here.
Stock standard.
Now for our overseas viewers, roughly, it's funny, I always look at cars now and think, what do they make at the wheels? Half the time I don't even know what they make, but these make around, they're pretty good, aren't they? They make around 200
yeah, they're claimed to 195 at the flywheel.
So what's that, about 260 horsepower or something?
Yeah, give or take somewhere there. We're going to find out later because we're going to chuck our transfer case in it and do a run.
We're going to give this a run. It would be good to get a baseline.
Yeah, so there's nothing done to this car performance-wise.
100% stock.
Yeah, stock air filter.
Now, what are you going to do about the rods in this? Don't they bend?
Yes, these are spaghetti rods. Originally the plan was to set it up in the car, but I do tend to get a bit excited, so I rang up the local wreckers and got a $300 gas engine.
So for those who don't know, that's a green top, that means you're going to send it.
We are going to send it, yes. The boys down at Rotomaster, my dad's used them for many, many years. Put together a 3584 for me. It's a 67mm front wheel.
Yep, so she's a full bolt-on.
Yeah. T3 flange, so it'll just bolt up to the factory manifold, but I got a bit excited and ordered a 6 boost for it, as you do.
Now I did say all-wheel drive Ford Territory, Tony. How are we going to do that? We're on a rear-wheel drive dyno.
So what we've done, me and my dad got together with Paul Rogers. We bought a transfer case from the wreckers for one of these.
Yep.
Let's make something that's going to convert this car from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
So we can put it on our dyno, because we don't really do four-wheel drives or any all-wheel drive cars. So these are the only ones that we do. It only takes us about half an hour to change it over.
So what ultimately you'd like to maybe, if you could, maybe run a 10?
Yeah, look, the plan is to run somewhere in the 10s, whether it's a 10.9 or a 10.1. I'll be happy with a 10 second.
10 anything.
Yeah, 10 anything, 10 second Territory family car that my wife's going to drive daily with the 2 kids in the car. And yeah, we've got the baby seats in it, so.
Awesome. Hey, well, why don't we get it on the dyno and show me how you can put this transfer case in, and then we can actually.
No worries, we'll move some stuff
and
put it on the hoist, and we'll show you how we put the transfer case in, and it doesn't really take up too much time.
So Tony, what are we looking at here? What are we going to be pulling out?
So this is a transfer case here, which sends drive to the front diff. This setup is a 62-38 percentage wise off memory, so 62% to the rear, 38 to the front. And yeah, we've just custom made ours, which I'll go grab in a sec and show you.
This runs off a chain.
This one here does, yes. There's a big chain that goes from this side to here to send drive that way. Ours, obviously, there is no chain, but we've modified the internals.
Now you can't just, as some people might just think, oh, I'll just pull the chain off. It's not that simple.
No, that won't work, no.
No.
But we've also modified it so it can take the power and torque that we put through it.
Yeah.
You can't just sort of wrap it together and hope it lasts, so we've done it so it lasts. Yeah, so there's a few bolts around here. This part of the tail shaft has to come out. This shaft here has to come out, and then yeah, we'll put it.
Pretty sure a weak point on the old Territories is this front diff, yeah?
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see what happens.
These are renowned for breaking front CVs.
They are, yes.
When you try and race them.
Yeah, they are.
Because I don't think Ford planned on the old commuter bus being sent down
No. So we'll send it and see what happens.
All right, Tony. So in essence, this is what is going to allow us to run the all-wheel drive Territory on a 2-wheel drive dyno.
Correct. So we've bypassed this side setup here, and we're sending direct drive from the back of the auto through the tail shaft to the diff and so on. And yeah, we've custom made inside here.
Okay.
Along with Paul Rogers. Like I said before, we sat down with him, we worked something out, and yeah, this should take a fair bit of torque and power. So we shouldn't have to be pulling this apart and fixing it.
So if you wanted to, you could just leave this in the car and run it.
Yeah, I actually have left it in the car.
Yeah.
The last Territory we did, we drove around after we finished on the dyno. It was a turbo thing. We drove around. The car was making 360 kilowatts from memory, and yeah, it just drove like a normal car on the street. You couldn't feel that the front wheels were not actually working through the transfer case.
All right, well let's get it in.
Let's bolt this in, yeah. Stock transfer case out.
Now Tony, that has taken about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. Obviously the new one's going back, our one's going back in now. But the hardest part, or what I think the hardest part, it's not really hard, but some of these bolts are just in a bit of a tricky spot. Like you can't get many tools in there, you can't really get your hands in there, especially the top two and one on the side here. I think that's what takes the longest. So once we get this back in, we can put the cross member back on, put the tail shaft on, and we're done. Lower it, reverse it onto the dyno, and get our base run.
What do you reckon it'll make?
To be honest, driving it on the street, down low it's pretty punchy,
yeah,
but it falls over pretty quick after about 4 grand. Like it just feels really gutless. So I think it'll probably make, I'm gonna guess 140 kilowatts, no more than 145 at the wheels.
Normally an all-wheel drive car loses more, but this is obviously
special.
Different, but I don't know. I'll take a guess, I'll say 150.
150.
Yeah, that's about 200 horsepower.
Whoever's wrong can buy a slab.
So Tony, I said 150 kilowatts and you said 140. It looks
Yeah.
like I might owe you a bit.
Or two.
Two?
Two runs of 141, 142.
Yeah, yeah. Probably make it at least double that when we finish with it.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe some more.
All right, so the next time you see this, we'll probably have some of the parts on it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to start sorting out the motor, get all the valve springs, head studs, timing chain, and then yeah, pull this motor out, put the intercooler on, relocate the battery. A few things I just want to.
You were saying earlier, obviously, you're going to have to put some new diff.
Yeah, I've got a true track for it. So this has got the M86 in it, but it's just a single spinner. So it's got the big axles in it. So all I'm going to do is just put a true track in it.
So is that similar to like what a G6E is?
Not
quite.
Yeah, yes and no. So this is the same as what's in like an XR6 Turbo or a GT with just a single spinner. So yeah, probably like the G6E. Yeah.
Don't forget to order your track merchandise. We've got an awesome new 25 years of full boost. Yes, that's right, 25 years we've been doing this. Old school boost gauge. We've got these in t-shirts and hoodies, so get on it at shop.fullboost.com.au.
It's full going to be sleeper, because look, it's got stone chips, you know what I mean? Like,
hey, that's a sleeper with the stone chips. All right, so the next time, is that your phone going off there?
sorry, mate.
No.